Okay, I think I got everything set up. Welcome to another Facebook Live here at Create with Christy. I'm going to show you a card that I made using the Everything is Rosy product medley that's available this month. And I'm real excited about it. I had a lot of fun making this card, and I'll be making some projects for an exclusive online class. My Everything is Rosy promotion. This is actually Stampin' Up's, but I'm going to do a little promotion along with it. If you purchase the Everything is Rosy product medley from me using this month's host code, which is CG66HRAT, you'll receive an exclusive online class on Facebook and YouTube. And what I mean by that, on Facebook, it'll be a Facebook group, and I'll put all the videos on there. And if you're not on Facebook, I'll give you exclusive YouTube videos. I'll put those videos on YouTube. They'll be private, and you'll get a link to them. So only those that order from me will be able to be involved with these videos. I will give you all the cut and embossed cardstock, any boxes or anything that I use to make the projects, and I'll mail those separately to you at your house. Like I said, it'll be exclusive video tutorials for each project, and you will have access to the online class forever. Facebook lets you keep groups forever, so I'll just leave it up, and if you ever need to go back and see a video, you can. Now, if your order is over $150, or well, actually $150 or more, do not use that host code. You'll still get access to the online class, but you'll also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. That's the all the free stuff that you can get. So it's a pretty good deal. I didn't want you to miss out on that. And ordering this will also get you a doily towards getting a $50 shopping spree from me. So there's a lot of good reasons to order this from me. So I hope you take advantage of that. And I think that's all I need to go over today. I did just get my new catalogs today. So those of you that are in my technique club that might be watching, I've got them all here. So I'll just be putting my labels on them, and you'll be able to get them real soon. If you don't have a demonstrator or would like a catalog, just let me know and I'll get one mailed out to you. You can either comment below. Actually, it would probably be better to message me here on the Facebook page. That way you can give me your address and secrets so nobody else sees it. So if you need a catalog, just let me know. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the project. I love the colors in this project. Now with the, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what I want to say. With the online class, I'll hurry up and show you the colors you need. You need the Blushing Bride. Now the ink pads I will not be able to provide. So if you want to make these projects, you'll also want the Night of Navy, Melon Mambo, Blushing Bride, and Pear Pizzazz ink pads. These are the only ink pads I'll be using in this class. So that's all you would need, plus your adhesive. So I'll supply everything else. Like I said, I'll nail the cardstock and all the embossed layers and any boxes or anything that I use for the projects. You'll get those free. But you'll definitely want to get these 4 ink pads. And these are all colors that have been around for a while. So more than likely you've got these in your stash already. Okay, now this card that I'm doing today will not be part of the online class because those are going to be exclusive to everybody that orders from me. So I want to make sure I do a different card. So first off, the card base is going to be Night of Navy. I love this color, and this is an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. We'll go ahead and fold this in half. Get my bone folder out here. And it looks like my internet is doing a little better today. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Oh, and also as soon as I'm done here, and I'll make sure I remember, because I just saw somebody shared, thanks Debbie. I will draw the name of the person who wins the prize from last week for sharing my video, and I'll also show you what this week's will be. Okay, let's go ahead and bring some paper in. I already, just to save time, I'm using some of these flowers. I stamped the flowers. Get these here so you can see them. So we're going to have 2. These were stamped with the Blushing Bride, and then the center was stamped with the Night of Navy. And then I stamped 3 of the larger leaves right here. So those are all just stamped and die cut. There's nothing special on how I did those. So I'll put those up here for now. Now I did something special on the big flower that I'm going to use for this. So I'm going to bring in the big flower. Actually, let me hurry up and show you the stamp set. Here's the stamp set. This is the big flower, and that's the smaller flower. And these are the big leaves that I used. And I'll be using that congratulations stamp too. And then the dies. These are all the dies that you get with the kit. So this is that medley, the thing, it's the $80. So you would get the stamp set and these beautiful dies. I'll be using this one here. So I'll go ahead and take this off of here and put it in my little thing here. And I'll be using this and this one. But those are some really good dies on this one. And to show you real quick, also part of the medley, you get these pretty mirror image embellishments. And you can see there's a film on each one. When you take the film off, it'll look just like the shiny part on the edges. You'll also get 10 yards each of these pretty ribbons. This is Melon Mambo Ruched ribbon and Night of Navy with rose gold metallic edging. And you get 10 yards each of those. The rose gold shimmer paint, I'm not going to be using that today. And then you also get, I'm going to just show this real quick. I showed this in a video last week, but you get 2 sheets each of this. These are all die cuts, and these. They're cardstock thickness, and you can use dimensionals on them. You get all of this designer series paper, a lot of designer. I think it's 48 sheets if I remember right. And you get 8 sheets of gold metallic. So that's just, I mean, rose gold, not just gold, rose gold. And those are exclusive to the kit. You can only get them if you order the product medley. Okay, let's get back to the stamping. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Blushing Bride ink pad. I'm going to stamp the whole large stamp with that. And then I wanted to get a little bit of a dark border around this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Melon Mambo ink pad and a sponge dauber, get some ink on that. And then I'm just going to sponge the very edges right here. That gives it, it's going to give a neat two-tone effect. Okay, so we just got there along the edges. And I'll stamp it right here. See, isn't that neat? I love that effect. Now I'm going to do that real quick with this smaller flower. Oh, there it is. Almost didn't see it. So stamp it with the Blushing Bride. And there should still be enough ink on this sponge. So I'll just go ahead and put the Melon Mambo along the edges. That looks pretty good. And stamp it. Okay. And then I wanted a little flower center like I did with those others. So I'm going to take my Night of Navy ink pad and use this little center stamp that also came in this stamp set. Hopefully I'm getting this in the middle. Oh, not too bad. There we go. And then I'll be die cutting those out. Let me go ahead and get these out of the way so I don't lose those. Put those in my little dish. Get this out of the way and bring my big shot in. Get the die cutting machine here. Okay, I've got my magnetic platform. Make sure I've got it in the picture here. That looks pretty good. There's the magnetic platform. And there's this. And then I'm also going to grab a piece of the rose gold paper, foil paper. This is 4" by 3 1/4. And by the way, this Whisper White, as you can see, this is the one I stamped all the other images. It's 2 small flowers and leaves. This is a 5 by 3. And that gave me plenty of cardstock. So let me stand up here. Get these. There we go. That looks pretty good. We'll do this little one. And the nice thing with this, having those a little farther away, well, this is moving on me a little bit. So I'm going to take this piece. Since the big one's staying on real well, I'm not going to move the paper around. There we go. And this one is going to get the big long one. And the way I'm going to line that up, this edge here does not cut. So I'm just going to put it along the top edge of that foil. That helps me get it straight. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put another standard cutting pad on top and run it through. And I think I'm going to do it twice with this one because that one is got so many little things to cut out. When I did this earlier, when I made the card, they did really well. So there's that one. And the nice thing with washi tape, it comes right off. Put that back up here if I need it again. And there's that flower. And then I'll show you this. This is so pretty. You're going to love it. That's just the edging. Might be able to figure something out with that. Who knows? I'll go ahead and get this out. Comes out pretty easy. And then there's just a couple little pieces I need to pop out. Okay. I think that's, oh, this one's, there we go. I knew it'd come out. Oh, and one more. I thought I had them all out. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the big shot out of the way. So all the die cutting's done. So we've got this one and all these flowers here. and the leaves. Get these out of here so I can put my dies back in there. Okay, get that out of the way. Now we're going to put the card together. So what I'm going to take, this piece is a 4" by 3" piece of Night of Navy. I'm going to go ahead and bring this paper in just to protect my work area. And then this is some of the designer paper. The neat thing with this designer paper is one side has got rose gold foil in it. So I'm going to try to move this around so you can see it. All those little flowers, there's some little flowers there that are rose gold. So I really like that. So this was actually a, let's say, I can't remember the size, a 3 by 3 3/4" piece of paper. And then I cut it into 3 strips. So this is 1 1/4 inch and 3 inches. I'm going to bring my snail in. And I'm going to put 2 on each end of it. And you want to put it right along the edge here. It's going to be right here. And as you can see, there's a little bit of blue showing here at the bottom. You might be able to see that. Just very little. That's okay. We don't have to worry about that. Then I'm going to take this one. And I like to keep it, with this paper, it's not that big a deal. But I want to make sure I've got these lined up since they were all cut together. It looks like it's this one. Oop, that's okay. Well, here, we'll do this. Improvise. Okay, well, I can't seem to find the ones that line up. There we go. Well, that's good enough. We're going to take this one. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I like to have them line up because what I'm going to do is have a little space in between each strip. But there's a big enough space, you're not going to be able to tell with this one. The bigger images, you might want to do that. Do a little better job than I just did. I'd forgotten to line that up before I put them on. Okay, now we've got that one on. I'll always do each side first. It makes it a lot easier, and then I can put the middle one right there in the middle in between them. Okay. Let's see here. Almost got it there. I'm having a little trouble lining up today for some reason. Okay, here we go. So I thought that I like that effect, having that. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring another piece of paper, and this is Whisper White. This is 4" by 5 1/4. And I welcome all of you here. Some of you might have come on a little late. That's okay. You can watch this video later because it'll come back on as soon as we're done. Oh, almost forgot an important step. Now we're going to bring this in. So what I'm going to do, the piece that's got the blue showing, that's going to be my bottom. So I'm going to put some snail adhesive along the bottom. Actually, I'll probably do it all the way across. Then I can attach this on the bottom. And I'm just going to line, you see how it's got that strip that we made? That will just go along the bottom there. There we go. So that gets a really pretty border. I really like that. Okay, now we're going to take this and put it on the Whisper White piece. And it's a 4" by 5 1/4. This snail's messing up on me. Here we go. And I find it easier to do this upside down. I can see the top of the white cardstock better this way. Okay, so that goes right on the top, so it's going to look like this. And the reason I made it on a Whisper White piece, I'm going to be wrapping some ribbon around here. Looks like I might have cut that blue one a little cockeyed. We can fix that though. So whenever this happens with me, I just turn the biggest piece over and then I can trim right along that edge. Now you can't even tell. All fixed. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bring in a 6" piece of that Night of Navy rose gold metallic ribbon. I'm going to put some snail on each end here. Okay. And don't forget, I'll be showing you here in a minute, I will have a prize for everybody that shares my video. I really appreciate you sharing. Love to get the word out that I do these Facebook Lives. It's a lot more fun when there are people joining me, and it looks like I've got some joining me today, a little more than usual, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we've got that ribbon across there. I just love that ribbon. That is so pretty. Okay, now we're going to bring this big flower in, and the little one that went along with it. I'm going to put a little Stampin' Dimensional. See where I put my dimensionals here. Oh, there we go. I knew I had them out. And I'm just going to need one. So I'll just put that. Actually, I want that on the big one. I almost put it on the wrong flower. So I'm going to put that on the big one. This one, I'm just going to put a little bit of snail here in the middle. And you'll see why I just did it in the middle in a second. So there we go. So that's ready to go. See how I did, I'm looking at my little card over here so I remember how I did this. Okay, now I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back of a pink one and stick the leaves right on there. So that one's got a leaf, set of leaves, and this other pink one, well, this is the Blushing Bride and the Night of Navy center, in case you missed that at the beginning. Okay, so those are ready to go. So I think I'm going to put this one probably about here. Actually, this would be easier if I put it on the card that way, because I don't want those leaves to be hanging over the edge of the card. So let's go ahead and get this on the card. Now that the ribbon's on there, it's safe for me to put it on the card base. And I always put a little bit of snail on the ribbon, so that way it stays on the card a lot better. Okay, there we go. Personally, I think that looks pretty right now. I did forget to stamp the words. Let's hurry up and do that. Bring my little pad in here again. I'm going to bring my Night of Navy ink pad in again and stamp the congratulations. Once again, I love the fonts in this set. This is going to be stamped here in the bottom right corner. So that's all done. Okay. Now, I will put this little flower up. Now I can tell, I don't, like I said, it's a go past the designer series paper, but I didn't want to go past the card base so it'll still fit in the envelope. Now I'll put a little adhesive back here on this one. And put it about right there. Now I'm going to take the paper backing off this dimensional for my big flower, and it's going to go right about here. Okay. Now this one's going to get a leaf too. Since it's raised up, I found it easier because I want the leaves to still be on the actual card. I want the flower to be above it, so I'm going to stick it underneath since it's on a dimensional. It makes that a lot easier. Now the reason I just put the snail in the center of this one, now I'm going to take my finger and keep it down and then flick the edges up, and that makes the flower have a little more dimension. I'll lift it up and see if I can show that a little better here in a minute. Isn't that pretty? Kind of gives you that little effect. Let me see if I can get, there we go, that's a little better. So I really had fun with that, and it didn't take that long to make, did it? Yes, you didn't see me stamp those other things, but those only took me a few seconds to stamp. So very pretty card. So if you like this one, I strongly suggest you getting this medley as soon as you can, because it is while supplies last or until May 31st. So it could sell out before May 31st comes up. So once again, make sure if you purchase this from me and use the host code that's listed above, it's CG66HRAT, and you'll get an exclusive online class on Facebook and YouTube. I'll mail the cut and embossed cardstock and boxes and anything else that I use to make the projects mailed to you separate from the order. Exclusive video tutorials for each project, and you'll get access to the online class forever. So, because Facebook lets us keep groups forever. So that's what I'm doing. And if your order is over $150, because you can add more things to your order, of course, make sure you do not use the host code. That way you'll get the Stampin' Rewards, and you'll still get the online class for free. And also you'll get a doily to go towards a $50 shopping spree on me, and you can find out more about that by clicking on the doily rewards link I've got in the video description. Okay, well, I think that's it for this week on the class. Now we got to do the prize for last week. I almost always forget this every week, and this is pretty important. Oh, thanks, Bridget. I'm glad you liked the card. I had fun making that one. Okay, so last week, I think it's actually easier if I go back to this screen. We'll get off of me. This is what you could win last week if you shared my video. I've got some names on here. I even put the couple of people that shared my video that I did on Friday. And if you missed that, you might want to watch that. It shows everything that I got on my online pre-order. So go ahead and get the name out. And it is, oh, Diana Billsland. That's one of my local gals. I'll hold on to the stamp set for you, Diana. Congratulations. Now this week, if you share my video, you've got until next Tuesday again, because I'll be doing another Facebook Live next Wednesday. So as long as you get it in by Tuesday, I found some of this chicken wire. This was very, very popular back when it came out in the holiday catalog. I was really hoping it was going to make it in the annual catalog. But this is a full pack of that chicken wire. You don't have to use a whole sheet. You can cut it down. It's a really neat stamp set. I mean, neat embellishment. I love this. You can also see how it's in a bag, but you can see that it's shiny silver. You can rub like soft suede or something like that on it to get it to look a little more rustic looking. So if you share my video, and make sure you comment shared below, that way I know you definitely shared it. Facebook does let me know if it's shared, but they don't, sometimes I don't see the name of who it is. So make sure you put shared down so I can get your name in the drawing. And I'll draw that in my next Facebook Live next week. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't forget that. That would have been bad. But congratulations, Diane. I'll get that stamp set to you. So I hope y'all have a great week, and I hope you stay dry. I think we're supposed to get some more rain here in Indiana. We're kind of swimming around here. But have a good day. Bye.